All right, good Saturday night, everyone. Storm Team Meteorologist Jacob Woods wanted to come on here and give you guys an update. As you probably know by now, we are weather aware for the rest of tonight, going into early Sunday for the risk of damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. Can't rule out a few tornadoes and some quarter-sized hail as well. So let's go ahead and talk about what's happening currently. It's close to 8 o'clock right now at the recording of this video. Temperatures are still in the upper 50s in places from Gadsden back towards Asheville, 61 in Birmingham, but 65 for Demopolis back towards Tuscaloosa. You see some heavier rain right there just east of Tuscaloosa, west of Birmingham. None of that is expected to be severe, so don't be caught off guard if you're running into some of these heavier downpours. None of this is expected to be severe. It's really the line that we're watching well off to our west, still in portions of central Mississippi, that is going to be possibly causing some problems as it makes its way into central Alabama tonight. You can tell where that warmer plume and that more moist air is just really off to our west, stretching up from the Mississippi Delta, points eastward over towards portions of west central Alabama. That will slowly try to inch eastward over the next several hours and kind of priming the atmosphere up, making it more favorable for the production of some severe weather. Here's a look at the current radar. You can tell that strong, very robust line of storms just east of Jackson and stretching back towards Baton Rouge, Louisiana, just northwest of New Orleans. So it is gaining some speed, is continuing to push off towards the east-northeast at around 50 miles per hour or so. So just here in the next few hours, it will be here knocking on our door here in west central Alabama. Here's a look at what the Storm Prediction Center has outlined for the greatest potential of tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail, and that still has been consistent with recent thinking. It's been to our south and our west. However, some of those more intense storms coming out of Mississippi will have to take time to weaken, and as that does so, we can't rule out some of those still being pretty intense as they cross into at least western and central Alabama, of course, with those three main threats that we talked about just a minute ago. Now, of those three threats, of course, the most concerning would be the threat of a tornado, and as you can tell, I've overlaid the tornado ingredients here, the energy and the spin, with the future radar, and the best ingredients, those higher contours, are really in west central Alabama once that line arrives, and then we get into around 2 o'clock or so. That's when it should be pushing into Birmingham. Still a very low wind tornado threat out there, but I think at this point it's mostly a straight line damaging wind event with a few embedded circulations, and that's why you should probably, in a scenario like this, treat most of the severe thunderstorm warnings like they're a tornado warning, because you don't have a lot of lead time, and it's dark outside. These are very quick producing storms when it comes to tornadoes, so just something to keep in mind as we go throughout the rest of this evening and overnight. Futurecast shows by around 10 o'clock that line should be knocking on our doorstep here in west central Alabama coming out of Mississippi, and we could have a couple of storms still ahead of the main line. Those we need to watch as well for the potential of some tornadoes and some large hail. As we go into around 11 p.m. to midnight, that's when the line should be along the I-65 corridor, so affecting Birmingham around midnight or so, and then around Anniston, Lineville, back towards Gadsden, looking like around 2, 3, 4 o'clock, and then hopefully after that we can say that we are in the all clear as the line continues to progress off towards the east. So here's a look at tomorrow after everything clears out. Can't rule out a lingering shower across our eastern counties through the early morning hours. Otherwise, it will turn out to be a very pleasant afternoon as sunshine prevails and temperatures will still reach the middle 60s even behind that cold front. Just to give you again that look at the timing here and a better idea, west central Alabama from around now through midnight towards 1 a.m. or so. Birmingham, the I-65 corridor, around 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. is that time of the strongest storms, and around 2 a.m. to the wee hours of Sunday morning for eastern Alabama. So many of you will be asleep when the strongest of those storms are pushing through, have multiple ways, not just one, but multiple, to receive those weather notifications. Just to give you guys kind of a look at the severe threats and where they rank, heavy rain, high winds, really the two main threats that we're looking at here. But again, there is a low wind, non-zero threat for a tornado to form, so we're still going to have to watch for that as well. The 7-day planning forecast looks much more quieter as we're seeing sunshine return for the rest of the week. Temperatures will be mild through Tuesday, but then back to near seasonal values with temperatures in the lower 50s for the start of the new year.